everyone. How you doing? Good afternoon. So this is my video. My video is about parents setting the tone for their children to follow. And I want to tell you a story. I think my story will help illustrate what I'm trying to say and the important roles that parents play in their children's lives. If your children will be haphazard, the tone is set by the parents. If your children are going to have high standards, those standards will have to be set by the parents. If your children are going to be self-respecting, that is, to a large extent, that bar is set by the parents. And please know that as you are setting this high bar, your children will not be singing and dancing in appreciation, just so you know. Now, I tell you a lot of stories about my dad. And my dad is the person who really brought standards to my life. He was a classy guy. He insisted on class. He insisted on doing things by the book. Was he exhausting? Yes. Was he annoying? Yes. Was he what I needed? Absolutely. And my dad is part of the reasons why I am able to sit here and tell you some of the nonsense that I tell you about myself. I am a very well preserved girl because the standards my parents raised called me to be. Please don't think that as a young kid I came to this earth wanting to be of any high standard anyway. In fact, as a kid, I wanted to be as haphazard as the rest of them. I wanted to be left to go anywhere. I did not want to answer to nobody. But my dad, oh, you will answer. Oh, girl, you will answer. You will answer. You will answer, and answer. Yeah. Now that they had set the tone for me to toe a line, they have done me one of the greatest favors. I keep telling people here, I don't have many regrets in life. I don't have a lot of skeletons. There are some of the choices that would have brought me many skeletons. My parents made sure that I was nowhere near that. Was I over-policed as a kid? Yes, I was. But am I grateful to have been over-policed? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. When you sit on these places, people are like, well, people know you. Ask them who know me. What have they got to tell you about me that I haven't told you about me? Ask them. I thought it was the norm, but I've now come to know that it's actually quite unusual for a woman my age to be able to say things like, bring it on, show me. Yeah, come to the internet with what you know and what you have. And the reason why I am able to make those very bold, very brave statements is because my parents made sure that I was nowhere near some things. Hello, Sister Jacqueline. Sister Jacqueline, you need to come back into my inbox and tell me about what you've been up to, and let's talk about how we can move you on even more. Yeah? I remember when I was younger, at some point, my dad was the security guard in our home. Literally. He was not even sitting in the living room. He was sitting outside at a vantage point where he could see all around the house. Before you even approached the house, he had seen you. And my dad will intercept you before you get anywhere near. And if he couldn't intercept you, he would make sure that those who were stuck in his walls were going nowhere near you. Let's go for here, let's go for, forget that one. I did not even bother asking. I knew we were not going. We were not going, we were not doing. I was clear of that one. Yes. Let's gather here, let's gather. We were not gathering either. Aretha, how are you doing? And because of that, some of the people, my dad, when I was young, he had an anthem. a word that was his anthem. I found it so irritating because I thought it was elitist at the time. He has been proven absolutely right. My dad, everybody was riffraff in my dad's room. Everyone was riffraff. A riffraff this, a riffraff, riff. Everyone was riffraff. Riffraff. You know, because of that guy screaming riffraff, I found myself alienated from riffraff. And in my life, I do not have much engagement with riffraff. And so a lot of the regrets people have around tangling with riffraff, I don't have it. My dad had made sure that I did not have a teenage child, a teenage pregnancy. I did not put a child for adoption. I did not do any of those things. Why? He will not let you even go anywhere near nothing. He will not let you. You will not get the chance to go. You will not. Whilst my dad was doing the police work, my mom was doing the strategic education. My mom would tell you about the things that make girls lose their value. My mom used to talk to me about why guys were running around some girls, and some girls were thirsty for guys and couldn't find one. Why guys would be quick to marry one girl and they would leave another one, drop it like it was hot potato. My mom was the one who did that work. And my mom taught me so well that by the time it was time to attract, she had helped me to position myself as quite attractive. Maybe not the most beautiful, certainly not the prettiest, but attractive. Those two words are not exactly the same. A lot of people think that to be attractive to people is to be gorgeous. No, not really. You can be very beautiful, gorgeous, and unattractive to people because you come with a lot of debris. What my parents did was help me to avoid debris, and so I don't carry a lot of weight. I'm able to soar easily because they've given me that, and I've come to know that that is a parent's job. My daughter would tell you the same thing. Where was I overprotective? Of course, aggressively so. She and her friends would be going somewhere. My daughter said, Pepe, you are not going. Ezra, you are not going. Whilst you do not have the mental capacity to say no to things that you should say no to, when you don't have the mental fortitude to resist peer pressure, you are not going. You are staying in my house, where ye shall be safe and not have a teenage pregnancy too. Good morning, Ezra. How are you doing? Ye shall be locked up safe in my house with no teenage pregnancy. You may have fights with me. I don't care. Bring it on. Let's fight. Let's fight. I have muscles, so let's fight. You know what is funny? Now my daughter is in uni. She's now actually an adult. She is living free, and she was telling me recently, you know, Mom, some of your funny standards, I think they were right. I know. Yeah, I didn't grow up thinking they were right, but I matured knowing that they were right, and so it became my responsibility to do the same. Actually, the same my parents had done for me, for you. Yeah, there are some people who just throw kids to the wolves and they get eaten alive. The parents who throw you to the wolves, you get eaten alive. There are parents who don't care about feeding their children. So children have to hustle it out to feed. Children have to hustle it out to take care of basic needs. And they find themselves at the mercy of the wrong kind of men. And yeah, if your daughter is going to be at the mercy, or even your son for that matter, if your child is going to be at the mercy of wolves, it is often going to be because you, the parents, have not taken care of certain things. I'm not saying children do not have divergent behaviors, they do. But a kid who is fed and is given abundance is less prone to the mistakes of getting caught by wolves. I think there's still a lot of parent determines about your children. It's not all about the children. It's not all up to the children. No. Why are you having this conversation with us? I'm having this conversation because I want to remind you as a parent your importance in the life of your kid. I want to tell you that the preservation your child will experience or not is predominantly up to you. That is your standards enforced that will determine your children's baseline standards. If your children are going to be classy, it will be taught to them by you. If your children will be self-respecting, you will have to teach them. You will. Emmanuel G, how you doing, bro? If your children will be self-respecting, you will teach it them. If your children will become high-value people, you will have to learn the value first, teach the values, and give them the capacity to develop those values. Yeah. And that's a very important thing to be reminded of. I put a video out around this Blaise Marie Ajare Wiseborn thing, and there are so many women who still come in my inbox to tell me that I am a liar, that I am pushing unrealistic ideals. And I keep telling people, they are not unrealistic, they are very achievable. I know many young girls who've had that achieved for them. It's been done for them. I know many. And the people who have it done are the parents. As a parent, you must be prepared to pay your child's school fees, not ask your child to go hustle for it. As a parent, you must be prepared to feed your child and not make your kid hungry and desperate and at the mercy of predators. As a parent, you need to make sure that your provision is adequate for your child. And you need to teach your children to stay within what you are able to provide. You set the store for your children to trade. You do. That's the very good news I want to share with you. Those of you who like to play the victim of circumstances, you are not that much of a victim. You have quite a lot of control. You do. This girl has to go and buy some petrol. Abby Benz, how you doing, Abby? I'm telling you this because I want you to know, so that it can motivate you to try better for your kids. To do better for your kids. The place you choose to live with your kids determines a lot. It normalizes some things and alienates your children from certain things. There are certain addresses that are prone to predators. And there are some addresses that the predator will stick out like a sore thumb and so will not come anywhere near. Yeah, Elizabeth, how are you doing? Oh la la. Am I tired? Yes, I am.
replaying some conversations that I've had with people in my mind.
Like, children don't listen. It's true. Children did not listen even when I was a kid. But my dad made sure I listened. Children did not want to be good children even when I was a kid. Oh, it was forced down my throat.
Children never wanted to be sensible. No.
Irresponsible is very attractive to a lot of young people, of course. I have many friends who tell me, there's a friend of mine who no longer speaks to her mom. Why? Because her mom just allowed her to do anything she wanted. And because she was allowed to do anything she wanted, anything went. And a lot of things went down.
And most of the things that went down
are regrets in her life at the minute. Regrets. And she has quite a long string of regrets. And she blames her mom for all these regrets. I was saying to her the other time, well, if at the very least you've got to go and own it. If your mom is going to own some of the blame, we've also got to own some of the blame, because the actions were actually yours. But I was a kid, not so much.
Late teens, early 20s, you're not a kid. Yeah.
I think parents need to do the very best we can for our kids, to try and help preserve our children as much as we can do, to limit the mistakes that they make. I am so tired. I fell asleep. Oh, have a phenomenal day, Sister Jacqueline. See ya. So, I know these conversations are not exactly very pleasant. Anything which holds you personally accountable is just vile. We've got to tell ourselves the truth. And we've got to let the truth set us free. Hoped that this dose of truth will wash down easy when you understand its need. I'll let you process it, and I will speak to you guys later on in the evening. I'll be on TikTok in the evening, and I will be on my main platform, Speaking Cheek, later on this evening too. Alright, I'll see you soon. Bye.